time again. We are on our 13th hour of video. However, I have some more time invested in 13 hours. I spent a few hours today working on it. So I'd say it's about 15 or 16 hours work to this point, but I am trying to take my time and make it right. So it is what it is. So let's change this angle of the dangle. There we go. So I got one sheet cut for the top, and I've already put in the hinge blocks, and I'm working on the shear webs. So we can pick this up. Oh, another thing I worked on when you guys weren't looking is this tank box. The tank box is all complete. And that's how I do that. There's a piece of 1/8 inch. It runs from one straight rib. It's about this long across here, and that's this piece here, and then the two caps that go in there to close that off. And on this particular model, because of the way it's designed, what I'm going to do is, normally on a lawn dart stunter, I key it in to this area right here. But on this one, I'm going to put it in there, and whatever's left hanging out, I'm going to super fill it inside. So this piece here will get looks to be about a 3/16 stick on top to glue on the top of this edge. So this comes right to here, and that attaches to the tank box, this right here. And then we'll super fill around this inside, because these are not quite as wide as the fuselage, if that makes sense. You kind of want to use engineering, one thing keys to the next, and you want to use everything to help hold everything else together. So that's basically what I done there. So now let me get this up, and you can see how I'm going to do this. I'll pick this up and turn it down. And we'll switch camera angles. Okay. So I'm going to continue on filling in this boxing the spar in. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the spar on this side is boxed in, and the spar on this side is not boxed in. We'll go ahead and box that in. And I've already cut the pieces. I just have to hand fit them. Now there is a way to get them to fit exact, but hand fitting, I mean, not that big a deal. Take a number 22 knife blade like this, and I hold it with my finger like so. We'll start fitting them in. Now we got a long ways to sand on them. So Remember, guys, come on down to the Dayton contest if you're in the area. That's this weekend. These add a lot of strength. And just whip some CA on it. You know what, I'm going to have to transfer some CA to this bottle. Actually, no, there's still some in there. Well, we're not getting many people watchers today. 2. That's all that takes. Now we're down to 1. Is the sound working? Let me look. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Thanks, James. I guess I'm just not that exciting anymore. We might get some more. Huh, it only shows 1 viewer on there, but I know there's at least 3. Smash that like button. And that's how I set them in there. Doesn't take a lot of glue, but make sure you get some glue on it. I don't know what the hell's up with my bottle there. Okay. Yeah, we know we're going to have to sand this. Dan, if you're watching, I hope that airplane's done. Remember, we're going to have a Thunderbolt in less than 3 months. At least framed up. That's about 100 hours. The finishing is what takes time. Here we go. We got 5 viewers now. Or maybe YouTube is just catching up. Boy, I wish I had some place to put some of this stuff. So the next operation is to cut my landing gear platforms. And we'll make some new doors. Now, I didn't do it the way that I'm going to do it my old way, where the end grain is in there. I like that. And also, when you're doing this, if there's any little slivers, make sure you get them out or you'll have a tinker. Like there's a little sliver I just cut off there. You don't get that out of there. Right there. You don't get that out of there. When you rotate the wing, you'll hear tink, 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 tink. That drives you nuts. Let's see. That ain't it. That's it. Let's see. I might have to cut a few more of those scraps, it looks like. I cut 20. 20 times 3 is 60 inches. This is 57, so it could only take 19. Whoa, almost dropped it. I'm going to have to clear this bench off so I got someplace to work. Anybody got a guess on the weight so far? I got to pick up some of this stuff before I got to slide this back or else I'll have it flipped off on the ground. I don't need this. I got my horn done. Put this back in there. Uh-oh. There they are. Oh, man. Don't want to lose those. I lose these. It's a hard road to hoe to get them cut again. 5. Okay. So we got them all. So we got L4, L5, L6, L2, L1, and this should be 3. Good, we got them all. As soon as I get these landing gear floors put in, I can glue them in. Make sure we got all these now. So we got R5, R2, R nothing, R6, R3, R1. So we're missing R4. Where is it? Gotta be on the floor. That got knocked off. I don't see it. Shit, looks like we're gonna have to make one. Oh, R4 is in it. Okay, good. Okay, we got all those. 1, 2, 3, 4 is in there. 5 and 6. We're good shape. Now those pieces I just was picking up there are what keep the wing from twisting. But we won't glue those in until I get the landing gear floors put in it. But I got to pick up this mess or else I'm going to have all this shit flipped up on the floor. I'm a little behind on schedule. I should have had this thing done. I mean, back in my younger days, I'd have had it done, but I just get too tired after work to work on this stuff more than an hour. I was up at 2:30 this morning. I had the weirdest dream. Weirdest dream. Was captured and turned into a pencil and thrown into a box and buried in the ground. That woke me up in a cold sweat, and I've been up ever since. Of course, I took a nap when I got home from work, but that was the strangest dream I've ever had. Turned into a pencil. A box of pencils. There was a whole lot of people that were turned into pencils in the box. Okay. I'll put this here. Put this here. We got plenty of CA in here to finish another 2 models. Okay, move this back. Let me fill this bottle here. Hope you guys are getting something out of this build. I mean, I don't claim to be the best, but I ain't too bad. You know, back during the Brodak Wars, people were trying to start their own forums and this, that, and the other. They didn't have one thing. That one thing was me. Just like the Chinese come and said, we're going to steal your forum. Okay, go ahead. They wanted to hold me for ransom. I said, yeah, okay, go ahead. They want to steal the name. Ain't paying no ransom. So we're going to start our own stunt hanger. Okay, great. But you won't have me. Okay, so we got this out of the way. Get back to work here. We don't need this. We don't need this. We need these. We don't need this as a trash. We don't need this. We might could use that. Keep the knives here. The piece we might use. Piece. This is no good. It's sanded too small. We don't need this square. Or this square. Or this soft. Okay. Oh, crap. All right. Try not to. Good evening, Alan. Try not to leave scraps on your buck, because what happens is you'll dent the wood, you know, when you set your wing back in. So we'll knock the crap out of this here. Oh, she's picking up weight now. It's got the horn in it. Okay, let's see what this thing weighs, and I'll put everything on it that I got cut so far. So we'll give you a little idea. Come on. Need to take this off, so. All right, this has got the horn on it. $175 grams. Mode. Let's go to ounces. 6.10 with the horn. Put that on it. And the flaps. We got to make sure we're going to come out at the right weight here. Going to lose a lot of weight on that. 7.5, 850. 2 tips. 885. Should be about a 10-ounce wing complete. Flaps, clips, bell crank. No, forgot the bell crank. Let's see what that weighs. That's pretty good. Sure beats the heck out of 14 ounces. Let's set the bell crank on this puppy. 965. Yeah, it'll be 10 ounces. 11 ounces tops. And that's pretty damn good for complete running gear. Yeah, we'll say 11 because I got to add those floors in there. So the bare wing itself started out at 4.9, and after you start adding all this other hardware and stuff, of course, I'm going to cut some off this horn too. We'll cut 2 grams off that anyway. and these get hollowed out, and the flaps lose some weight, about 25% or so. And remember, if you're not watching this stuff, yeah, it's coming together, Todd. Thanks. If you're not watching every step of the way where you're at for weight, if you lose track somewhere and you pick up 2 ounces, you can never get it back. Never. I rooted through all my 16th that I have, and I'm only putting these on it, these little pieces here, so you wouldn't think, well, that's no big deal, you can use whatever. But all these pieces were 6 grams. The sheet was 6 grams. So when I cut them all, because I only used a half a sheet, we're only putting 3 grams on it. So you just gotta keep on top of it at all times, or it'll get away from you so quick. And then you'll be going, why do I have a 70-ounce airplane? Oh, gotta turn it around. Is that right? And that's left. Yep. Okay. But don't leave parts off. It's better to be a little heavy than leave parts off. It has a chance of folding up if you leave stuff off. Like, fill these in all the way across. Don't just skimp and say, well, we'll leave a couple off. Because all it takes, I was watching a Mirage, a real Mirage, and it folded up at an air show. And what it looked to me like happened is that the spar got some fatigue in it or something. And one piece flew off and the next piece flew off, and just like a domino, it just disintegrated in midair. That was a real airplane, so. Yeah, I forgot the compression spar too. So yeah, we're gonna be 11 ounces on this wing. I've been thinking about hollowing out the compression spar, which I've never done before. I don't see why it wouldn't work, but I kind of hate to experiment on something that's this labor intensive. I built 5 of them. They all are structurally sound. If I experiment now and I get a real nice one and something catastrophic happens, I'd be upset. Just because I wanted to skimp and try to save. I'm never going to be able to match Billy's weight. I'm starting out with an engine that's heavier. Just a lot of things. Okay, let's use this small piece here. We might get across there. We might get it crossed. Good evening, Gary. I'm surprised there's not more people watching this build, because everybody was pressuring me to build a Razorback, and now I'm going to build a Razorback, and we don't have hardly any of the traffic that I had when I was doing the bubbles. Remember what I told you about the Tinkers? Make sure you get them out. Don't leave them behind. When I was working on real airplanes, F-14s, the maintenance department had shadow boxes. Shadow box is a toolbox that has a cutout for every tool that goes in there. So when you check it out of the tool crib, they have an accounting of every tool that's in the box, and when it comes back, every tool must be in the box. And if it's not, that airplane doesn't fly until they find that tool. So the moral of the story is no tinkers. Don't leave shit floating around inside the airframe. Damn. Pushed it down too far. I don't know that I mentioned this or not. Where I work, the guy I work for, Jerry Hop, he passed away. And before he passed away, they had a Napa account. And I bought a case of DC 540. I have 5 cans of original DC 540 I'm going to use on this model here. I'm still trying to work out a paint job. These Razorbacks were not very colorful. Because they were part of the Army Air Corps, they were, the ones that I've seen are gray on the bottom and olive drab on the top. And that olive drab to me is just not real appealing. So I'm trying to find a Razorback that has a flashy paint job. Because even though it's not scale, I'd like to keep it scale in appearance. I tried calling a place today for the nomenclature, but no answer. I'll get it somewhere. National Air Force Museum ain't going to be getting any more of my money or my patronage, unfortunately, until they lift their mask mandate. So I can't go there to see. I don't even think they have a P-47 in there. Made by Republic. I don't think, because the Air Force wasn't even around, I don't think the Air Force Museum has a Thunderbolt. I guess I could look online. There we go. Come on. Okay, let's see. Do we have any halves? Are we going to have enough? 1, 2. Probably going to have to cut one more. 3. Now we may have enough. As most of you know, if you're on Stunt Hanger, and my attitude, you start forcing me to do something, ain't gonna be good for you. I ain't going for it. Just like I did it once or twice. The most relaxing thing on the build is coming up, which is putting the cap strips on. That's something you can just kick back and watch TV and do. This here, like I said, I can move a lot faster when I'm not filming because I'm not trying to show anybody how to do anything or trying to talk and think, and I don't make as many mistakes either. But we'll get it down. So how many I got? 1, 2, 3. There may be enough. Yeah, we're getting there. Nope. Oh yeah, we'll have enough now that I see it. Have to glue one together. I was on eBay today, and some guy's selling a Cox 049 biplane, hand built. It says handcrafted, $250. Good luck. If you looked at it, you know what I'm talking about. Now I may be able to build one and get $250 for it, but that'd be a long stretch for an 049. But this one here, nah, I don't think so. Yeah, we are going to have enough. Good. Yep. I'm going to show you how to get those landing gear spots, which is not a big mystery. I mean, when you see me do it, you'll just go, yeah, I knew that. I knew that. There's a lot of Australia in this airplane. Of course, I brought some wood from St. Louis too that I've been hoarding. I got lots of wood here. It's just not as good as we used to get. Okay, one more piece and we're done with this operation. We can go on to the next. Oh yeah, I got plenty. Oh yeah. Make sure that you put your hinge blocks, even if you're using a plate hinges, make sure you put the hinge blocks in before you close it up here. One other trick, we're going to go back in and drill a hole in each one of these bays so that it breathes. Put it on, take it off. Put it on, take it off. So what we have here is a box. It's a box beam on the trailing edge. So 3/32 top, 3/32 bottom, a rib in between the places. The hinge blocks, 1/8 inch upright, but it's running lengthways. Hard balsa for the actual trailing edge, and then 16th inch box here to hold it from, make sure that it holds its shape. Okay, what's the story here? We need to turn it over. It's got a slight angle on it. No matter how hard, I squared all these ribs up. No matter how hard you try, they're always going to be a little off. So you just kind of guess. Get it close. That looks pretty good. Oh, I see a little tinker. Yeah. And now it goes this way. Okay, wing trailing edge is done. For the next operation, is this top? No, bottom. For the next operation, we're going to locate our landing gear platform. And I just do it with a stick pin and look through the hole. There we go. Took 4 stabs to find it. We'll make a mark. And come forward. It doesn't have to be right on, but it has to be close. We'll come forward 3/4 of an inch, and that should be. Yeah, I can go a little bit more. Let's come back a little bit. I want to leave myself a little meat there. Nope. Okay, we can go there. We can go right here, I guess. And we'll come forward a little bit. I won't get it perfect until I open it up. But you damn sure want to leave yourself enough wood that you can cut it, not have to glue it back on. Okay, so there's approximate hole there. Get my ruler, which has disappeared. Not on the floor. And this wing's already built, so it doesn't matter how, we're just using that cradle to protect the wing from getting dented up. What the hell happened to my damn ruler? Put all this shit over here. That square, I could use a square if I could find it. Oh man. Danny, are you watching? Well, I didn't want to, but I'll use this big ruler, I guess. Right here. We're going to cut a hole right here. I'll cut an inspection hole, and I'll cut the right size. Ooh-wee. Okay. I need that little ruler. I spend more time looking for shit here because there's no place to put anything. It gets buried under other stuff. I'm just wasting time. Not very efficient. Yeah, we can use that stick. I ain't seen that stick in a long time. Need to go through this placing, throw everything out. What the heck happened to it? Shit, I had two of them and they were just here. There it is. Okay, we're gonna, even though I'm not doing it like Billy did, I'm gonna try to replicate some of the specs so I can try to get to the close to the same weight he's got. So we're going to see how big his landing gear blocks are. Boy, they're bigger than I would make them, but they are 3 inches. So we'll make them 3 inches. Three by 1. So now I want to come to this side and put the upright on this side of the rib. So we're going to have to come out. There we are, right there. Three by 1. That ain't right. It ain't right. I need to see this a little better. This is like operation. Should have been a surgeon. Pays more than a mechanic. Same job, different pay. Okay. So that is right there. If I go 1 inch, it'd be 1.5 inches. That's too long. Yeah, we'll do it like that. 1 by 3 1/4. That way I can get the block in. Yeah, we'll cut it short there. Okay. And the unfortunate thing is, I got to do it again on the other side or else it won't be right. And if you make a mistake on this, you might as well throw the wing out because there ain't no fixing it to make it look right. These are them things I do one time only. So take your time. Okay. Man. can always come back in with a sanding block and sand it if I leave some on, but if I cut too much, you're screwed. You can't never get it back. So if I put that there, I'll have enough to go on it, but it'll be a short bar. So I need to make this 3 1/4. We'll go 1 inch past that. We'll get it. We'll figure it out. I used to span the angled ribs too, but there's really not any need for it unless you're crashing. And I just cut my fingernails, and I still put fingernail marks on that. Damn. Yay. Okay. Now let's get that stick I found. I haven't seen. Okay, we need a plywood platform. I'm going to use light ply for that. Light ply and basswood, but I got to leave enough basswood for my compression spar. Let's just cut the other one. I think we've been on over an hour already. All right, what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut the video. But I'm going to keep working on this. I'll get the other one cut and I'll get them blocks made this evening. And hell, I think these balsa plywood ribs that I made here are stout. I think they're plenty strong, and they're half the weight. I'm going to do that again. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll be on tomorrow night. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.